Hey guys, Daniel here, and welcome back to another episode here at Stuff and Things. If you recall, a few weeks or months or whatever it was, I kind of lose track of time. We did do a little story on a possible new treatment for amblyopia, or lazy eye, which would require people to be in complete darkness for some length of time. The actual study, I think, was like a full week. Mice were required to be complete darkness, and it would actually fix the lazy eye. Pretty cool, but a little drastic. Maybe not the best thing to put kids through. You know, a week with no light or anything, feed them and stuff in complete darkness. Probably not healthy for a child, so clearly we need to do something a little bit different. Again, as we've covered before, the standard thing to do right now is to put an eye patch on the good eye. I put an eye patch on my right eye, my lazy eye, my left, would have to work really hard, so my visual cortex would be like, okay, I have this crappy device now, I gotta really put the pressure on it and really make it use itself. The actual, wiring and everything is good, it's just usually something is a little off with the eye, is made it weaker, and then the brain just like, nope, that's weak, throw it off and use this good one. Our brain does that all the time, tries to make shortcuts to make things more efficient. Even it's to our overall detriment. Brain isn't really that smart in regards to that. Well, a group of researchers at McGill University in Montreal here have come up with a different way of approaching this problem. They actually solved it with video games, which is, of course, my favorite possible way to solve any problem. In fact, I think it might be able to solve every single problem this world faces. No studies to back that up. I got this study though, so let's focus on this one. The study involved a group of 18 adults where they're split into two separate groups, so guess 9 and 9. And one group got to play the game of Tetris with both of the eyes, and then the other group used a patch on the good eye, like is our standard procedure when treating the lazy eye. And then they had to only play with the bad eye. Now the focus was then, of course, on the good group to try to prove this as a concept, where they had a setup where it was kind of like, a virtual reality thing where they'd have each eye was seeing a separate thing. So they had the lazy eye focus on the shapes, and it was very high contrast. Then they had the good eye focus on the background, which doesn't really need to do much, just needs to kind of place it there in a reference, and that was very low contrast. So of course they would play the game, they would be seeing the objects falling with the lazy eye, had to track them. Of course, very easy to see, very high contrast. As the game progressed, their scores got higher, they would actually increase the contrast on the background, forcing the eye to just get better and better at perceiving the differences. So, you can imagine how difficult that would be if you're looking at something very monochrome, and all you have is a high contrast and low contrast. Even someone who has really good vision, like the rest of us, would find that very difficult. This would be really brilliant training for anyone trying to really nail down on the coordination between the eyes. Again, that's really the problem with lazy eyes. The cortex itself has decided that the one is not good, so again, you gotta fix that, you gotta adjust it. The study found that vision improved 4 times faster without using the eye patch, with having the two eyes coordinate together and solve the problems. And since the study has shown this to be so effective, the lead on it, Dr. Robert Hess, has actually already patented this procedure. So he's looking to get commercialized. Unfortunately, that's really the only way you can actually do, good science, get good treatments in our world, is you gotta patent it, you gotta make money off of it, and then, sell it there. No problem necessarily in that, as long as, companies don't charge too much for it. There's a lot of kids who need this. And you think that this is the most brilliant strategy for solving any problem to do with the child. When you think about the patch thing, what kids are going to actually walk around with a patch all day? And literally all day, they need it on all the time for months or even years till the solution just kind of corrects itself. Again, it's a very passive thing, if you look at it as well. Like, you're not doing anything to help the child go faster, other than just trying to get the body to work its own processes. The body is good at fixing things, but it tends to be a little slow. We can't wait for the body. Okay, we gotta do it a little faster, we gotta find tricks, we gotta make things go on. And that's why I love this. You're using video games, which again instantly works for anyone, pretty much. It's Tetris. Who hasn't played Tetris in their lives? If you've had a Game Boy, or you had a friend who had a Game Boy, or you've ever played a Flash version of it, everyone has played Tetris. And that's why I love about this study and the conclusions for it, is that video gaming can be useful for so many things, and it's awesome to see that kids can actually help with it. You think about it, again, with the eye patch, getting a kid to do that, very hard. How about this? Hey Timmy, you gotta go fix your eyes. Why don't you go spend an hour playing this game so it can fix your eyes? Because you don't have to tell the kid it's fixing his eyes, you just tell him to play the video game. This is just a no-brainer. It's like, how do we get kids to do something? Well, make it so that they enjoy it. That's the ultimate solution to any problem. And I just find it awesome that we're finally realizing the true value video games have. I mean, they reduce crime, they help kids with their vision, help adults with their vision. Actually, even adults generally you can't help with them. It actually was helping them. It's gonna figure out how to like solve world peace and everything be awesome. So I'd like to find out from you guys is, do you think video games could, in fact, solve every problem in the world? I think they could. Let me in the comments down below. Of course, if you like what you see, don't forget to hit like and subscribe wherever they happen to be. And I'll see you in the next video. Or will I?